Hello, welcome to a Learn More About Park Lane Jewelry. So, I am so excited for you to do a little listening tonight, for me to do a little talking tonight, and for you to learn more about this incredible company. And just you'll probably learn a little bit more about me as well in the process. So, my name is Paula Shirron. I'm a senior division leader with Park Lane Jewelry, beginning my fourth year. I started in January of 2021. And so it is now, as I'm recording this, January of 2024. So I am beginning my fourth year with Park Lane. And honestly, it's literally been life changing. That's going to sound dramatic, but when you hear my story, you're going to be like, okay, it did actually change your life. So anyway, I'm not being dramatic. I am a mother of three. I am a wife of 24 years. I am a part-time school psychological examiner. I work with special needs students at our K-12, really pre-K-12 actually, and I have done that for my entire career full time until this last after my first year with Park Lane. I had replaced my income, and that was after decades of working. It's fine. I'd replaced my income. And so my husband and I, we kind of talked about it and made the decision for me to go part time as a school psych to part time as this jewelry stylist. So it truly, I mean, that truly is life changing to completely change your career path, and something that I had not anticipated. So, I live in a kind of a small town in central Arkansas. So I'm definitely not a big city girl, if you can hear that in my accent. So, but I get to have parties all around the country. I have a stylist on my team in California, one in from New York. So literally spanning the United States. So I love the connection and relationships that I've been able to form with this business. So let me chat for a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a story, and then I'm going to get into a little bit more information. And you guys are going to listen for just a few minutes, and then we'll hop off here. So, I have three kids. I said that already. My oldest is a senior in college. He's a boy. My middle son is just finishing his first semester as a freshman in college. And my youngest is a daughter, and she is a sophomore in high school. My two boys are freakishly large. I mean, I know, I'm just kidding, but they are just abnormally large. People look at my husband and I when we're with them, and they're like, where did they come from? We don't know. They were born that way, born at 9 and 10 pounds, bananas, large, huge boys. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? Well, they were both recruited to play college football. So I was a football mom, still am, I guess. Learned a lot about the game, didn't know a whole lot before, but when your boys are playing it, you learn things. And when they were both seniors, really juniors and seniors, some colleges began to recruit them, which means that college was saying to my oldest son, we'll use him as my first as an example, was saying, hey, listen, we see some talent in you, and we have some systems in place, and we think together we would be a good match and we would do great, amazing things. Okay. From my oldest son, sort of, he had gone through the process at the 11th hour. He decided, you know what, college football is not for me. I'm not going to end up playing college football. He was recruited, if you know anything about football, by some D2 schools. He was never recruited by a D1 school. That's kind of a tier, the top tier, but he was recruited by some D2 schools. And he decided, you know what, I think I'm done with football. Don't want to play, going to go to college without football. He's had a wonderful college experience, all is well. Okay. That team I'll talk about in a minute, that he chose, his top pick that he chose not to play with. My middle son actually was recruited by those D1 schools, and he is playing for a Division I college here in Arkansas. And so he's played one semester, or he didn't play, redshirted, but he was recruited. Now, the recruiting process, it is an interesting process because it really is teams talking to you, or to my children at that point, to my boys, and saying, you've got talent in this area. We see it. Okay. And we really have all of these systems in place. And my boys and us as the parents, we had to do a lot of decision making at that point. We had to look at those systems. We had to decide, was the fit there? Did it match? Was there, did we like what was happening at this school or that school, until ultimately he found the home for himself. Okay. I think you know where I'm going with this. So that is really what you are doing. You might be in the process of doing right now. So someone has shared this video with you, or they have shared for you to watch this tonight because they see talent in you, and they believe we have, and they know we have the systems in place for success, and that together we can do something amazing. Okay. So that is what you are listening now for, is what are those systems? What do I have to offer? What do they have? And together, can we make some magic? And I think we can. Okay. So this business has clearly impacted my life. It's been amazing. And I truly believe in the entire direct selling kind of the whole thing, right? So you may have lots of products, you may have no products, but I doubt you have escaped the many, many things that are out there that we can buy from fellow entrepreneurs who are doing the very same things as us, whether it's makeup or cleaning products or things for our kitchen. All of those things are available. And direct selling is a smart way to do business. We are in a world where people can say, this is cute, I love those, here's my link, or these are cute, this is where you get it from. My girlfriend sells these, or whatever. So that it's just easy. We're not strolling the malls anymore looking for things. We see something that someone has or is using, someone attaches a link to it, and we're ordering it that way, right? So it's the direct selling industry is such a great industry to allow us to really show our products in a really smart way. Now, jewelry is very simple to sell. And I say this with starting 4 years experience, or so 3 years experience with Park Lane, and then 4 years prior to that with a different jewelry company. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. But I was with a different jewelry company. And so I've been really showing and sharing jewelry now for 7 years. And honestly, it truly is a simple product. I don't have to know very much about it. Like, I know silver, cute. Okay. If you can do this, like, you can be like, oh, look at these cute earrings. How adorable. This is the size of them. Do you want them? Right. If you look, do you want 1, 2, or 3 pair of the impression earrings? If you can do that, you can do what I do. We don't have to know ingredients or facts or any of that stuff. It's just, that's cute, I want it, or that's cute, I want to buy it for my mom or my sister or my niece. It truly is a simple product to sell, and it is consumable. How do I know this? Because after 7 years of doing it, I have women who buy routinely over and over and over and over from me. So it truly is something that they're going to get seasonally for seasonal switchovers. They're going to get for gifts. They're going to get at the holiday season. They're about to get, for Valentine's Day. So jewelry is not a one and done kind of product. People are going to, they're going to get a new outfit. They're going to go on a trip and they're going to want jewelry for that trip. The list goes on and on. And so it really is something that you can continue to sell for years and years. Okay. So jewelry is super smart. Park Lane. Are those systems that you're looking for in place in Park Lane? Absolutely. Okay, so let's kind of break that down from kind of one to the other. So I said we have or maybe I didn't say, but I basically, oh yeah, I did say that. I had come from a jewelry company that had closed down, right? So that's what happened. I was with that jewelry company for 4 years. And at the end of the year, they literally said, we're closing our doors. And so that was it. And in January, that happened in December. In January, I was invited to a Park Lane party. I didn't need any jewelry, ladies. Remember, I just closed the doors of my jewelry business. I had a ton of jewelry. I did not need any jewelry, but I was like, this looks fun. And I was wondering what my friend was up to, because she was actually starting a Park Lane business. And I was like, what's she doing? I want to go. And I fell in love, just like you may have, with the customer buying plan. Park Lane Smart number one. Okay. Number one is the Park Lane buying plan. Unbelievable. Buy two least expensive items, get four half off. Then the bonus item. So spend 60 or 90, get that $200 item for 30. Go ahead and grab a bonus sometimes for 100. It's crazy that they allow us to shop this way. So it allows me to market and show this jewelry in a way that is super affordable for the ladies that I'm showing it to. Next up, we have the hostess program. So at the end of them buying, what happened to me is I was like, they were like, "You could get $500 in free jewelry for having a party." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that." My wish list is super long. I'm gonna need to have a party. And so that's what I thought I was going to do. And then before long, and so let's talk about that. Having a party. Park Lane is so smart with their hostess, truly the most generous direct sales, I think, out there. I mean, you can earn hundreds and hundreds of dollars in jewelry per order to infinity. I mean, if you sell, 10 or sell, if you have 10 orders, you're going to get $400 in free jewelry. And then, it just keeps going up from there. 600. I've given away $800 in free jewelry. It's bananas. So the hostess program allows me, when I'm asking someone or telling someone, "Hey, would you want to get some jewelry for free? I see that your wish list is long. Would you like to have a few of your friends and family shop, and then you can grab this stuff for free?" And they're like, "Well, how much?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, you could get $500, you could get $250, you could get $700. And they're like, "Yeah, okay." I mean, it is not something I'm begging people to do. It's something that I know is a gift to them. And then their friends also get to shop that sale. So smart, Park Lane. Okay. Third is as a stylist. So then what happened was, um, because I had experience in my previous company, Park Lane has a super unique program called the Direct Appoint. So if you have ever done direct sales and you've been a leader of any sort, it is worth talking to the stylist that invited you about whether or not you qualify for our Direct Appoint program. So I had been with that previous company. Had earned some leadership roles. Park Lane honored the level of experience that I was at and brought me in at that level. So maybe you did something in the past and you were pretty good at it, but you backed away from it. You didn't do it. You've not done it in 2 years, but you were at this leadership level. They're going to get you in contact with our national director. She's going to look at that and she's going to be like, "Okay, that would allow you to come into Park Lane at the comparable level, which is this level. You've got more information." It's worth asking the person that invited you about, because for me, it brought me in earning 40% commission. So we can earn as stylists between 30 and 50%. So I kind of bumped past a couple of those lower compensations into that 40%. Now, here's the fun part. First of all, 30 to 50% is bananas. It's just such a high compensation rate. For me to make 30%, even as a fashion stylist, off of every piece of jewelry that I sell is crazy good. But you can quickly move up those leadership ranks to grab even, or to earn even more and more commission, up to 50%. Here's what's also unique, guys. I've promoted twice since then to this senior division level. I can't demote. You couldn't demote. It's not possible to demote in Park Lane Jewelry. Once you achieve a leadership rank, you're there forever. Okay. So that is also what's super unique. Now, if you're like, "I've never done direct sales, I have no idea what you're talking about," just scratch that, keep a little note in the back of your head, and that exists. And then we're going to get back to other amazing facts about Park Lane. So beyond the direct appoint, we've got the customer, the host, as a stylist, all of the compensation there. What can you get as a stylist? Well, right after I joined, I began to have fun. And so as I'm having fun, I'm holding parties. And as I'm holding parties, I'm sharing the fun, and ladies are joining me, and I'm selling jewelry. And in the meantime, all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, I'm earning free jewelry because Park Lane has a monthly rich rewards program. What that is we have the opportunity every month of the year to earn between 250 and like 11 or $1,200 in jewelry each and every month. In addition to, they're constantly dangling little fun carrots. So as I'm sharing jewelry, I'm earning free jewelry. So for example, I earned this bracelet. It has not dropped yet. Once it does, I already have it. I earned it for free. I earn hundreds and hundreds in free jewelry, and I'm allowed to then be generous with the ladies at my parties, with my VIP group, and I don't have to take that from my profit. I'm earning it for free as I'm sharing and having fun with Park Lane. So we have the opportunity to earn free jewelry, which is huge. I'm telling you, it really is a game changer for this, and it makes it so much fun. It's so much fun to know that you earn this, and then it comes in the mail, and it really is fun. Then as I'm sharing and showing jewelry, they're like, "Hey, you're about to earn the Mercedes bonus, be in the Mercedes club." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're going to be in the Mercedes bonus club." So now I have the opportunity each month to earn either you can do the $500 bonus. It's a cash bonus each month once you're in the club. And I earned that pretty quickly because it's not for the tippy top. It's just doing the things and you're getting these things. And so I was able to, you can take the cash bonus, which is what I do with my monthly bonus. When I get it, I take the cash or you can get a white Mercedes, and they do, I think it's a $700 payment towards your lease or payment plan. So that's part of it. And then the trips. There are women who are with Park Lane solely because it's like their motto is will work for travel. And Park Lane takes us to amazing places. I've earned trips to Key West, uh, Cabo San Lucas, Kona, Hawaii. Um, I can't remember the other places. I'm about to go because my brain is on Paris. I'm about to, in March of this year, I'm taking my husband and my son, my senior, he's a senior now, to Paris, France. Airfare, lodging, dinners, eating at a castle, a river trip down the Seine River. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I mean, crazy good trips. Stay tuned for more about the trips in a minute. So, those are all of the unique things set up in the world of Park Lane for you to earn, for you to work for you to have fun with. Um, why now? Okay, let's chat for a minute about why now. So let's talk about that trip. We have just begun a brand new trip earning period. It's about to be announced where we're going. It's going to be the most exciting thing when they announce. We've had hints that it's tropical. We've had hints, but we do not know where it is. But we are at the beginning. Just like me, I joined in January of 2021, and I'm just having fun and doing the things. I was like, I think I'm getting some points with this. I think I'm going to end up, and sure enough, earned a trip for one. Sure enough, earned a trip for two. I mean, just doing the things. It is doable I was not a top leader. I had not ever done Park Lane before. I had experience. I mean, I did bring that with me, but I had never done anything like this before. I had never done online parties to the extent that I was doing them with Park Lane. I had gone live a few times, but I really had never done that before. So it was, and I earned a trip. And there it was. And now, I mean, yeah, it's like the Park Lane trips are good. So why now? I would honestly say to you, I don't think there's ever a bad time to enroll and try, kind of join Park Lane, right? I don't think there's ever a bad time. Would this be a really good time? Yes, because you're right at the beginning of the trip. There's going to be a ton of excitement around it. There's going to be ideas given. There's going to be strategy that the group we're on gives us. And if that's something that you're interested in, you can kind of jump in there with us and take off on this trip earning period. If it's not, then that's okay. You're still, you still can have fun and do all the things. There are it is truly very reasonable to to start a business with Park Lane, right? So for $99, you can get $500 in jewelry. This is jewelry that you get to choose of your choice. You're not given a specific kit. It's jewelry that you get to choose. You go through all the jewelry and the pieces that are available. You choose those, and that's for $99. And that's for a year. That includes your website. That includes for a year. That includes your own unique, so that you can create shopping links. That includes like all of it, right? You get that. We have no quotas. You are not required to sell a certain amount of jewelry each month in order to, make your commission or whatever, right? So you could sell $200 in jewelry, you could sell 2,000, you could sell 20,000. It really doesn't matter. There are no quotas with Park Lane. So that's huge. And that may be something you've been waiting for me to say, because that's often a question that's asked. For $229, you can get $1,000 in jewelry. So if you have already in the last month or two with your stylist spent $229, and you might want to think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that little bit larger quick kit. And then I believe it's for, oh gosh, I really should have written this down, $439 or somewhere in that area, you can get $2,000 in jewelry. So any of those are truly reasonable. But if you're not sure, just start with the 99, right? And then just see where that takes you. So it's really a great time. Just based on January is such a fun time. New collection launching, so much excitement. Valentine's is around the corner. I could just go on and on, but for me, maybe because I started in January, I really think January is a great time to start. It's also like the time when we're like, let's do something new. Let's start something new. Let's try something new. Now by, February or March, I, may not continue to be eating healthy and doing all the things, but right now it's just a fun time to try new things and see if they stick, right? And that's kind of what I want to end with, guys. So I want to kind of back up to the story I talked about with my boys, and say to you, Patrick, my oldest, decided, you know what? I'm not going to play football. It's not for me. I'm done kind of with my football career. And that's been fine. That team that he really thought about playing for went on this year, just last month, to win their national championship. This was Division II school. They won their national championship. And Patrick was like, I guess I would, this would have been his senior year. He's like, I guess I would have been on that team. And I was like, yeah, you would have, right? So that team was like, hey, we see talent in you. We've got systems together. We could do something amazing. But he was like, no, I mean, it's not for me. I'm not going to do it. And it's okay. That team kept going. Okay. They kept going. That was part of it, is that they're talking to lots of boys and seeing lots of talent out there. Right. The other part of that is my middle son who's playing, he's kind of at a different place because he has had to really lean into those systems. So he came with a fair amount of talent that they saw, right? But this is totally different. Division I football at the college level, completely different. He's learning, he's being challenged, he's being pushed out of his comfort zone. He's being, he's really having to lean into those systems in place. And I've told you, you are joining a company and also a tribe of systems, of things that have proven track records for success. Obviously, no one can guarantee that my son will be a success, but he's going to do the things to try. No one can guarantee that you will be a success at this either. But what we can say is, here are the systems in place. Here are the things you're going to immediately be given access to. And many, many, many women and some men have found tremendous success jumping on the tracks that have already been laid out for you and just doing the system as it's laid out, right? So that's sort of where you have to now make those decisions for yourself. Where you might be faltering is, you know what, I kind of believe in Park Lane. I don't know if I can do it, right? I don't know if I have that. Well, someone clearly thinks you do, or they would not be sending you this video or asking you to watch tonight. And here's the thing, You won't ever know until you try. We're not ever going to know if we are good at something, if we have some sort of, talent in that area until we try. And even after we try, we've got to do more to get better. We've got to practice and do the things to improve the skills that we already have. So sometimes you're going to have to, what you have to do when you do anything new is you lean into the systems that are built and in place. And that's why I can so confidently say to you right now, if this is something that truly is kind of on your heart, it's something you're like, I want to try. I have no idea if I'll be good at this. I have no idea if I'll like it. I have no idea about it. I can with confidence say you are set up with the systems in place to be able to give this a real, a good try and see if it is the right fit for you. If you continue to have questions, I want you to, talk to that stylist that invited you. Say to her, here are the things I loved about what Paula said. Here are the questions that I still have, because in a 25-minute, 30-minute video, I'm not going to answer them all. But so you may still have some questions, some things that I didn't touch on. You may want to know more about direct appoint, or you may want to know more about some of the amazing programs that Park Lane has in place. Go ahead and reach out to that stylist. She's not going to stalk you or be weird. It's just about information. Do yourself a favor and get the information that you need to then get to the decision to say, I'm going to try this. I'm going to date Park Lane for a while, or I'm not. Here's the greatest part is you're not going to get a concussion or tear an ACL or have a torn labrum like's happened to my boys by trying this, right? So football comes with a fair amount of injury, at least injury potential. You're not going to get injured showing jewelry. So that's a plus. And just like my son right now, who's chosen to play, he could choose not to play. It's not a lifetime commitment to Park Lane. You can try something for 6 months. If it's not for you, no harm, no foul. The best thing that would happen is you may make some new friendships. You may be inspired. You may find some relationships in fun, and you'll get a whole lot of jewelry. So that part you cannot beat. Okay, have a great rest of your evening. And again, reach out to your stylist. My best advice would just be get the information you need, and then get to that, point where you're like, I'm going to try this. Or, like my son, my oldest, who was like, I'm just not going to do it. But either way, and then continue to support that your friend, your stylist friend who's going to soar in 2024. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your evening.